They're not just throwing any game at you. They're throwing their game that they've practiced and worked at, and obviously have come up with a recipe that is extremely successful.
The NHL's biggest star is in his last year of his contract and hasn't signed a new one yet. This is making everyone in hockey very worried. Connor McDavid makes $100 million for 8 years with Edmonton. His deal ends after next season. Training camp starts September 8th, and McDavid has all the power. Connor McDavid plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He signed a deal worth $100 million for 8 years. That means he gets $12.5 million every year. His contract ends after the 2025 to 2026 season. After that, he can play for any team he wants. McDavid could have started talking about a new contract on July 1st, but he hasn't started talking to the team about it yet. The Oilers boss, Stan Bowman, says McDavid is the most important thing for the team. Bowman said, "Connor's the best player in the league, the most important player in the league. He's our captain, he's our leader." McDavid is 27 years old, and he's the team captain. He wants to take his time before making any big choices. McDavid told reporters, "I said at the end of June, I had every intention to take my time with it, and I still feel the same." He also said he has every intention to win in Edmonton, but he's looking at all his choices. McDavid might start the new season without signing a new contract. He said, "All options are on the table, really. I don't have a preference either way." When people asked him about training camp, McDavid said, "I want the group to be as focused and dialed in and ready to roll come day one as possible." Last season, McDavid did something really special. He got his 1,000th point on November 15th. He did this in only 659 games. Only 3 other players got to 1,000 points faster than McDavid. He was also one of the youngest players to do this. The other 3 players who did it faster were Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Mike Bossy. McDavid is really good at hockey. Since he signed his contract in 2018, he has scored more points than any other player in the NHL. He got 826 points and 552 assists during this time. This shows how good he is compared to other players. No other player in the league has more points than McDavid since 2018. During the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs, McDavid showed why he's so special. He was tied for the most points with his teammate Leon Draisaitl. McDavid had 7 goals and 33 points in 21 playoff games. The Oilers made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. They played against the Florida Panthers but lost 4 games to 2. The Oilers are not pushing McDavid to sign quickly. Edmonton's CEO Jeff Jackson and GM Stan Bowman have made this very clear. The team's bosses said they will wait until McDavid is ready to talk. They will start contract talks whenever McDavid wants to start them. This is different from how most teams handle big contracts. People who know about hockey think McDavid's new contract will be huge. Some think he could get between $16 and $17.5 million each year. This would be more money than any hockey player has ever made. Right now, the highest paid player makes less than this amount. There are important dates coming up that could change everything. McDavid will go to Canada's Olympic camp from August 26th to 28th. The Oilers will start training camp on September 8th in Sherwood Park, Alberta. A hockey reporter named Elliot Friedman says McDavid's contract talks will get busy between Olympic camp and training camp. Some people think McDavid might sign before training camp starts in September. Hockey reporters from Sportsnet think a deal could happen before then. But McDavid says he's not in a hurry to sign anything before the season starts. This creates a lot of worry for Oilers fans. McDavid's contract choice is really important for the Oilers. If he gets a lot of money, the team won't have as much money to pay other good players. The NHL has something called a salary cap. This means teams can only spend a certain amount of money on all their players. If McDavid gets $16 or $17 million, the Oilers will have less money for other stars. The team needs to build a good team around McDavid if they want to win the Stanley Cup. Edmonton has tried to do this by getting players like Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Zach Hyman, but they still haven't won a championship. McDavid wants to win badly, and this might affect his choice about staying. McDavid's family life might also play a part in his decision. His wife Lauren has business interests in Edmonton. They have built a life in the city over many years. Moving to a new city would be a big change for them. Some hockey experts think these family ties might help keep McDavid in Edmonton. Everyone in the NHL is watching what happens with McDavid. His next contract will change how much other star players get paid. Teams around the league are preparing for higher salaries because of what McDavid might get. General managers are worried about how this will affect their own players' contracts. McDavid has won many awards during his time in Edmonton. He has won the Hart Trophy as the league's most valuable player 3 times. He also won the Art Ross Trophy as the league's leading scorer multiple times. In 2017, he won the Ted Lindsay Award as the most outstanding player voted by other players. The center has also represented Canada in international hockey. He played for Team Canada at the World Championship and helped them win gold medals. McDavid was chosen to play for Canada at the 2022 Olympics, but couldn't go because of COVID-19 rules. McDavid's speed on the ice makes him special. Hockey experts say he might be the fastest skater in NHL history. He can go from one end of the rink to the other in just a few seconds. This speed, combined with his scoring ability, makes him almost impossible to stop. The Edmonton Oilers drafted McDavid first overall in the 2015 NHL draft. He was only 18 years old when he joined the team. In his first season, he got hurt and missed many games. But since then, he has been healthy and playing at a very high level. Some teams around the league would love to have McDavid. The Toronto Maple Leafs, where McDavid grew up, are often mentioned as a possible destination. The New York Rangers, Dallas Stars, and Los Angeles Kings are also teams that could afford his big contract. McDavid is being smart about his future. He said he wants to take my time, go through it. Obviously, when talking about choosing his contract, this shows he understands how important this decision is for his career. McDavid knows this might be his last big contract, so he wants to make the right choice. Until McDavid signs a new contract, people in Edmonton are scared they might lose one of the best players ever. Oilers fans hope their team can convince him to stay, but McDavid holds all the cards in these talks, and everyone will have to wait to see what he decides.